Welcome to this Reacher-styled recap of Reacher Season 3, Episode 4, covering the main story points of the episode. The episode kicks off with confirmation that McCabe appointed Reacher as Beck's new lieutenant. Duffy shows Reacher the photo of the man she believes to be McCabe. Reacher realizes that McCabe is Xavier Quinn, who he thought he killed. Reacher tells Duffy that his history with Quinn started with a file that landed on his desk years ago while he was in the Army, before the establishment of the Special Investigators. He was assigned an assistant to help with his workload so he could focus on important cases. The assistant was Sergeant First Class Dominique Kohl. Reacher briefed Kohl on the big espionage case, which involved top-secret weapons design blueprints being sold by a weapons design specialist named Gorowski. Kohl deduced that Gorowski was being coerced into selling the blueprints given his profile. Reacher was impressed with Kohl from the get-go. Kohl figured out that Gorowski was making dead drops at a local park, and Reacher joined Kohl on a stakeout. A drop happened, but they were misdirected by Gorowski and never saw the actual pickup. Reacher suggested that they haul in Gorowski anyway, since he wouldn't have known they didn't actually intercept the pickup. Kohl interrogated Gorowski, telling him the buyer ratted him out. Gorowski explained that he was forced into giving up the blueprints, as his 4-year-old daughter was kidnapped and held overnight. He was told that if he didn't cooperate, terrible things would happen to his daughter. Gorowski said he wasn't paid. He only did it to prevent his family being harmed. Kohl convinced Gorowski to give her the name of the person, which was Xavier Quinn. Gorowski explained that Quinn was military intelligence and had the system wired, so going to the police wasn't an option for him. They then dug up all they could on Quinn. His phone records showed multiple calls to a Safwan Qasim over several months. Safwan was a Syrian national with military ties. Reacher, Kohl, and Private Frasconi approached Safwan Qasim outside a club to ask him some questions. One of Safwan's men approached Kohl, and Frasconi stepped in, leading to a scuffle.
Why don't you take a step back, pal?
Don't do it!
Safwan's men abandoned him when Reacher asked them to choose between their pay and their lives. Reacher gave Safwan the choice to be locked up indefinitely for attacking American military personnel on American soil or to help them bring in Quinn and return to Syria. Safwan chose to help get Quinn and return home. Reacher had a one-on-one with Frasconi, telling him never to turn his back on an enemy to save a fellow soldier, as he just did with Kohl. Reacher said turning his back will lead to 2 dead soldiers. He advised Frasconi to just ask Kohl to dinner and bring flowers, since he obviously liked her. An exchange of the blueprints for money was set up between Quinn and Safwan. The blueprints were validated as authentic, which led to an arrest warrant issued for Quinn. Reacher told Kohl that since she did most of the work, she should take Frasconi and make the arrest herself. When Kohl didn't return from the arrest within a reasonable time, Reacher texted her to check on her. He received a response that she got Quinn and was heading in. But since the message addressed Reacher as Sir instead of Reacher, he knew Kohl didn't send it. Military police stormed the location. Reacher found Frasconi's lifeless body with a gunshot wound to the back, but not Kohl. Reacher speculated that Frasconi turned his back on the enemy to save Kohl again. Quinn's juvenile record showed he was diagnosed with malignant narcissistic personality disorder, sociopathology, paranoid, and ego-syntonic aggression. Reacher theorized that Quinn took Kohl alive to find out from her who her commanding officer was, so he could eliminate the person and have nobody left to testify against him. He figured Quinn would torture Kohl for the information, but that Kohl would never give him up. Reacher suspected Quinn would hold Kohl at his isolated weekend house in Linton, where nobody would hear her screams. He arrived to find Kohl's body hanging in a barn and Quinn in another building. Quinn told Reacher that he and Kohl had a deal to let him go in exchange for money. He said Kohl instead tried to take all the money from the sale, then things got ugly, and he killed her. Quinn proposed to make a deal with Reacher, telling him that big military brass were in on the blueprint sales.
You know the first name of someone you cut a deal with. So what's her name? Turn around. Dominique. Huh? That was her name.
Reacher used Quinn's gun, a .22 caliber, to shoot him, but the small caliber bullet obviously didn't reach his brain. When the county police arrived, Reacher told them Quinn was already gone when he reached there. Duffy reveals that she didn't pay Teresa to go undercover. Instead, Duffy threatened her with a prison sentence, based on a made-up story that the DA wanted Teresa to serve time for holding back on her testimony in her boyfriend's drug case. Duffy feels the need to make things right for Teresa, as does Reacher for Kohl. Angel Doll's laptop contains a list of places associated with Bizarre Bazaar. Duffy and Villanueva set out to check each location, hoping to find Teresa. Beck tells Reacher that Angel Doll's laptop wasn't at the warehouse, but they tracked it to a commercial tubing facility that they own. They assume Angel Doll's guys took the laptop. McCabe has 3 guys on their way to the facility. Beck orders Reacher to go there and help take out whoever has the laptop. Reacher calls Duffy, but doesn't get through because of the steel roof at the site. The episode ends with McCabe's men arriving at the location ahead of Reacher.